We've got Darren with us today. Welcome. Welcome. AKA Taste Haven. So, Bobs, today's topic.
Today's topic is to build or not to build. Wait for an established man. Boom, Darren. So what's your take on that?
Straight to me already.
Boom.
I mean, I haven't got like a straightforward answer, but there's definitely points for and against. I personally, as a person, I would say you don't necessarily have to wait
for an established
man. But you do have to choose a man that's definitely trying. He's got potential. He can do basic stuff for his own self. So as much as I am saying you don't have to wait for Dangote's son or $10, wanna be, kind of person, you definitely need a guy that is doing something for himself, is doing okay, is trying. It doesn't have to be like boxed up, like totally, give you that kind of lifestyle that you dream of or that you want. But it has to be able to do the basic stuff for himself at least. Because one thing I cannot stand is a guy trying to take my own. So it's okay that you don't have. It's cool. We can still be all loved up and that. But please, don't come and be asking me for my own. Because you never know. Life is so funny. And it just has this way of dealing with us in different ways that we could not even think of. You can see someone today and they're like, don't have nothing. And that story could be completely different. And I know a lot of girls these days will be like, please, no one is waiting for that story to change. What if your story doesn't change? But because we don't know, and you don't know who's going to give you happiness, you don't know who God has put in your life to make you happy. But then again, a lot of guys take the piss. Oh my God, you will build with them. The house that you build to them, they will even chase you out of the house. They'll carry your load. So it's a very difficult one to choose. It's a very difficult one.
So what you're saying is, Darren, is that, so even though he doesn't have, let's say, money, let's just, say that, yet, you will still be with him. Even though he's not doing anything, he's not contributing to anything within the household, nothing. You're still okay to continue the relationship.
No. I know that we should get to the level of household though. I thought you were just talking about
just dating.
Everybody even letting the person date you in the first place. Moving to the household is not a completely different game. But he has to be someone that is trying. And there's no way if you're trying, except your village people are following you will definitely, make it. You'll be doing okay for yourself. I don't believe in you being with someone that you have to be with a guy that is a baller, that is, driving the latest car, that is just rich, like as in rich in the literal sense of it. I can be with a guy that is doing okay for himself. He works 9 to 5. He can put food on the table. He can do the basic things in life. I can be with that person and I can, support them, encourage them to do better for themselves. Now, that is a different case. Some girls don't want to be with someone that is even basic in the first place. So, it depends, it depends on, what level you are and what you want in life. Because at the end of the day, life is not about, to me, life is not about money. I mean, it's good to be with someone that's got money. Come on, who doesn't want that baby girl? My baby got me baby this. We all want it, but at the end of the day, we're all not gonna have that in life. And I feel like the pressure that we put on men is just too much to want to be, to want to be what they're not, or to want to do things that they're not even meant to be doing in the first place, because they're really trying hard to please us. But as long as a guy is trying, not just sitting around the house waiting for, they delivered today, they didn't deliver tomorrow, please.
I'm so done.
As long as you're trying to better yourself, you're making effort. I mean, God will definitely crown. This is
delivered today.
They're forever laughing.
Tomorrow, I'm so sorry.
As long as you're trying, do you know what I mean? Like, you are trying to better yourself. Like, you know, me as your woman can be proud of it, say, he's trying, you know, he's not just sitting there trying to say, my woman has money. Please, bro, please. Don't, let's be guided. Don't be asking for my money. That's the one thing I don't like. I don't like guys trying to, because guys can be very funny as well. They'll be taking money from you and actually spending it on the next girl. Because you're not going to ask, because at the end of the day, you feel
you
like,
already understand the situation.
Yeah.
You've already accepted them for who they are.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
now,
And
and
they'll be-
that someone that is supposed to be giving you, they'll not be going outside and be giving it because you don't want nothing.
And there'll be other girls that do not understand them for who they are. It's not willing to accept what they are. So be cool. Bring money, and this same guy that you're there saying he doesn't have, he's willing to spend it on another woman.
It's true.
So, but I mean, my opinion is, I can definitely be with a guy that is not there yet, and I can definitely give him the backing and the support to be where I want him to be. But I do want him to be trying. I do want him to have some basic things, and I definitely don't want him to be broke to the point that he has to be asking me for my own money. Like, if you don't give me, it's okay, but please, as in, don't collect. My own is for me and my family.
Bob, what's your take?
I think everything Darren has said, I agree with. God. Because I know people are going to watch this, and they're like, okay, like, why are you trying it? But a lot of people, I think, also misunderstand me a lot, and that's one thing, like, I'm even happy we're doing this topic, because some of you who think, you know me, you can, get to know me, get to know me. Allow me to reintroduce myself. Right. I do believe, in building with a guy who has common sense. Do you understand? Because, like, some men, I'm not even joking, you will be building with them and they will still be doing the fucking most. Do you understand? That you still want to be coming home late, perhaps, you still want to be cheating, you still want to be chatting shit. You just want to be doing the most, basically. Do you understand? That kind of a guy, like, do you want me to break your neck? Do you understand? Because
they don't even help around the house.
You understand? Like,
shit, like,
I'm already managing with you. I'm already trying to, like, whatever, and then you're just doing the most. And what you said there, and I totally agree, because it's like, you might be the understanding one, saying, oh yeah, my man doesn't have this, let me be understanding, because I believe a woman should be understanding of the man she chooses to be with. Do you understand? But however, especially in like Nigerian circle or culture, whatever I should say, a lot of Nigerian men take the mick, because it's now like, okay, yeah, my girlfriend don't want nothing, she's not asking for anything, all the money will not be going to the side piece or whatever. And that's why I haven't dated the guy that isn't already established. Do you understand? So I have a serious phobia for dating a man that isn't already established, because it's like, I will now build with you and everything is now okay, and then tomorrow you will really leave me, and that's when you know that Felicia is better looking, Felicia is prettier, Felicia doesn't talk back. That's when you start seeing my bad qualities and start seeing the good quality in another woman. And there's been a lot of horror stories about men leaving the woman who built with them to go be with someone else once they've made the money. And that's why I feel like I don't usually tend to want to date a guy who doesn't have his shit together already. And I just feel like it depends on which stage I meet you as well. If I met you in my younger years, I wouldn't really care. Like, I'd be like, okay, cool. But I feel like when a man gets to a certain age, which is like 35, and onwards, if you don't have your shit together, what are you doing?
Question mark.
Seriously, what have you been doing with all your years? You know what I mean? So even that in itself, I'm not going to want to date you. I'm just being honest, because it's like, if you're telling me I'm 35, 36, 37, 38, fair enough, let's just say 35 upwards, and you're still struggling. Do you understand? Yes, I know life can be difficult and it can be tough, but what have you really been doing? It just makes me look at you like maybe you're not serious, or you're not really, pushing yourself hard enough to get to your desired, goal, because we always assume that every man that hasn't made it yet is trying to make it. And I don't think that's the case for every man. Not every man is trying to make it. Some men are actually okay where they are, and they just want a woman to accept them for who they are.
Some men are hoping that a woman, they can leech off a woman.
Yeah, or a woman can come along.
That's the one that is unacceptable by me, mate.
Because I've actually met a guy before, and he's not really okay. Do you understand? But You want him to accept you for who you are.
Oh yeah, girls like you.
You only want guys that, yeah, I do only want guys who've got, you know, money or who's got their shit together, because I didn't come to this life to suffer. I don't come from a fucking rich home. Do you understand? I'm not trying to repeat the circle. I know I've got my shit together. I'm, you know, working hard to get myself out of this, you know, to the lifestyle that I want to live. And what are you doing? All you want to be doing is giving me dick. Is dick my problem in life? Do you understand? So no, like I don't, like, I do get girls who build with a guy, and I have nothing against it, but I don't think personally that's what I want to do with my life at this my age and this my stage. I want a guy who's already established, you know, and who's got shit going on, period.
I kind of agree with both of you in the sense that, yeah, Darren, I do agree, like, have some sort of ambition. Have something that you're working towards that I can actively see, okay, you're hustling, like you're trying to get there. And then I also agree with you, Barbs, because it's like, I've always felt this way. If you're older than a certain age and you ain't got it together, I've got genuine questions. Like, what have you been doing all this time? Do you understand? Because it's not like you were giving birth to kids. You weren't carrying children. You weren't. Do you understand? So what's your excuse? Do you like? I just feel like men are supposed to have that drive.
Sorry to cut you. And if you were giving birth to children or whatever, then chasing a woman shouldn't even be your priority right now.
No, but even if you were giving birth to, what I meant was like, you're not the carrier.
Oh yeah, okay.
You weren't pregnant.
Sometimes life can be really difficult.
I do agree with that.
We don't get the same life chances
in
life. I mean, someone could be living in Nigeria all of their lives. They've never had the chance to come abroad.
You're right.
Nigeria is very tough. You don't know people. You don't have connections. How then do I, you know?
But that's why I said it's dependent on the individual. Do you understand? But if I know that you've been sitting in this same London as me all this while, what have you been doing?
Yeah, but then we can also argue, Damien, even men in Nigeria,
they make it.
A lot of them make it.
A lot of them make it. You know what's very desperate means.
But you know what's funny? We'll
Not
come back
all
to
of
that.
them.
A lot of them.
We'll come back to. You know what's funny? I actually think like a lot of young guys in Nigeria do better than the young guys here. You know, like in their 30s. I go to Nigeria.
What do they do?
I don't know. I'm not even talking.
Yeah.
Let's even remove street. Let's remove fraudsters.
Yeah,
period.
All that.
Let's remove street. Even like, for example, you go to a bank, for example, you see a young guy coming in with his business proposal, asking to speak to manager, this, that. And I actually know people who are doing stuff. You know, there's even another guy who's trying to like do something like AliExpress, but for the Nigerian market. So it's like not even just fraudsters. That's what. Let's remove fraudsters. I feel like young guys in Nigeria, they're hungrier. Do you understand? It's almost like
the environment.
Yeah, it forces to want to do better, to want to do more. I feel like guys here are a little bit more relaxed. It's either like they want a quick way, which is through, I don't know, fraudulent activities, or you know, the ones who are working. And that's why I even feel like tutoring in this country, like you said, the opportunities are not always there. Especially being a young black, I don't know, guy or whatever, you have to go the extra mile. That's why people who make it, they usually have more than one source of income, and they usually like, you know, you can see that they're not lazy.
So yeah, I think it's subjective really. I mean, me personally, like I said, I just feel, I don't feel like it's fair for me. Like, I didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth. Do you understand? So I just don't think it's fair for me to have to be looking after someone else's child at that point. Do you understand? I also believe it's not necessarily dating someone established, but I feel like you should date someone kind, someone with a kind heart, someone who's, I would say, generous. Do you understand? Because at that stage, you're not dating someone based on their finances, you're dating someone based on their personality. Because you can have an established man that's stingy. It makes no difference. Do you understand?
That is so true.
And you can have a guy that's not as established, but will give you the world as long as it's within his reach. Do you understand? Like, he will do his best to make you happy. So I feel like you have to date someone kind-hearted. I feel like that's mainly important. But also, I kind of don't want to walk through the door and you're just sitting on the couch watching TV, and I know you don't have a job, you're not even trying to get one, and like Derry said, you're waiting for a delivery. Like, I mean, like, I'm not on it. Do you understand? Like, not at this stage.
Oh,
I just feel like if you're younger, maybe. Do you understand? Maybe you're still figuring out what you want to do, like your early 20s. You're still trying to see if you just come out of uni, you're still looking for work. That's different. No. No, because it's true.
Because a lot of them are really like that, just been sitting around waiting for, God knows.
In your late 30s, pushing 40, early 40s, mid 40s. No, you have to have some. Even if you're going to go to 9 to 5, that's what you're going to do. Even if you're going to, work
At
overnight.
least doing something.
Do something and be giving. Do you understand? Your girlfriend wants every girl likes nice things. Every girl wants to go out on a date. Every girl wants to buy shoes. I don't know. Try and be giving, generous, kind. Do you understand? That will take any girl's attention from the fact that you just don't have. Do you understand? If you're thoughtful, okay, even if you have to buy a pair of shoes but you have to save up, you're still gonna come with the shoes, right? Unless you're gonna date a guy who's established, he don't give you nothing. All he does for you is that you get to ride in a nice car to wherever he decides to take you out to. It depends on you. Do you understand? But to me, I feel like that's worse.
It is worse. I totally agree.
Do you understand? So I just think date someone kind-hearted, someone generous, someone giving, someone that looks at you and feels like, if I had, I would give you the world.
Yeah, and whilst you're still in that stage of your life, then don't be doing the most as well. So obviously a woman will be more. No, but it's true. That's what a lot of men don't understand. A lot of women would actually stay with a guy in Bude who doesn't have a lot, because the guy, like you said, is a nice person.
He's a nice person.
And he's treating her well. It's not making her cry. It's not, making her question his intentions.
Upon that he doesn't have.
You're
he's still frolicking.
Still giving me head. They're still making me cry. Yeah, like what's that?
Free time, innit?
From one bed to another.
And that's what I hate. Do you understand? Like, at least, like Trisha said, true. Just be a nice person and treat her well. You don't have. She's already managing with you and you're doing too much. You're asking too much of her. Do you understand? I don't know a lot of women that will actually sit there and be like, yeah, let me tolerate this. When they can see their mates, their boyfriends are buying them new cars, buying them nice clothes, buying them nice shoes and bags. Do you understand? I'm not saying it's all about materialistic thing, but obviously everybody likes nice things. Do you understand? No woman alive, unless she wants to be pretending that doesn't like nice things. We all like nice things. Nice little surprises, nice little gestures. We Asian, black, white, we all like it.
That's true.
So any man who's there,
even men like nice things. Men do like little gestures. They do. Do you understand? So that's a human being thing. As much as people try to attribute it to women,
exactly,
it is a human being thing.
When I've come home with presents, I can see the smile from hand to hand on your face. So you do like it.
You like nice things. Do you understand? I do agree with you, Buzz, because there is that phobia where you can build with a man, and then when he becomes successful, he will basically leave you.
Yeah, most of them do that.
Okay.
But my thing is, I don't really understand why. And how do you prevent that from happening?
You can't. Because all the girls that they couldn't get while they was broke, they're now very available to them.
Know that you're not finding again.
They're very affordable and available. So.
The same girls that they when you was building with them, like, that one's a good digger, that's a good digger that they want.
Yes.
Do you understand? So
how long is too long? For example, how long is too long to wait for a guy to get it together?
After like a year, 2, I mean, what we doing in a year or 2? If you still like, that you can be doing something and there's progress, but it's just slow progress. Do you understand? That is still okay, but it's when there's like no progress, because I can really say, oh, I'm doing this or I'm doing that, and they might not even be doing the stuff that they're making you believe that they're doing. I think for me, a year or 2, if I can't see any progress, then bruv, I'm gonna have to call it a day.
I mean, I still say that I could be with a guy.
No, but for how long?
For how long?
For as long as it's trying. And I do believe in that saying is that about, behind every successful man is a woman. So I mean, if I'm also giving all the moral support or the encouragement, as long as he's a sensible guy, like do you get what I'm saying? If you are having sense, then obviously I'll keep trying, and except there's something else our two heads, come on, we would achieve something, you know. But obviously, a lot of guys are betrayals, and they would remain betrayals. So it's a kind of, you know, treat it on a case by case basis. If it's someone that you think that you want to try, because even me, as I say, I can build. There's still some guys that I might meet, and I'll be like,
No.
please, it's okay, thank you.
I'll pass.
But there's some guys that I'll feel like, okay, let me try. And then after a while, you do get fed up if nothing is happening, because that's actually happened to me before.
Because it's just a human, I don't know, because sometimes when I speak, people tend to think maybe I'm too extreme, do you understand? But I always say this when I'm a realist. I live in reality. I don't like to live in make-believe, la-la, maybe, or if so, I live in what's happening and what I'm seeing, do you understand? Because true. If a guy nothing is happening to him, do you understand? It then becomes, we're human beings. You can't lie and say you're not going to get tired. You will get tired, especially if there's just no progress at all. Do you understand?
That's true.
Obviously, some people will definitely still continue with the guy and, continue trying. But like I said, age as well has got a lot to do with it, because if you're already at a certain age, you don't have enough time as it is, for God knows, I don't know. You're really going to have to reevaluate how long you're willing to wait for a guy to get his shit together.
I mean, if the guy is a good guy, is a caring person, even in the little £10 that he had, he's willing to give you £6 from me.
That kind of a guy you're willing
that kind
to
of
wait.
guy
Definitely.
you're willing to, And sometimes it looks like, the 35-year-old or whatever, what have you been doing? But sometimes God just doesn't really bless some people until maybe when they're in their 40s.
No, it's true.
You just never know. But
and that's what I was saying, it's dependent on the person's mannerisms. Because however they are at 35 is when they make it into their 40s, how they're going to be in their 40s. And
before you be with a guy, look at the little that he has. How much is he willing to give you from it? That's also very important, because I've been with someone where I thought, they didn't have anything. They've only got little. I didn't even want to take from the little that they had, to be honest. But people kept telling me that even from the little that they have, they should be able to steal.
Definitely.
And it turned out that when they did have, it was a problem to spend it. So you need to look at all those things first.
So what's your conclusion on this topic?
I think, it's a case-by-case basis, and you should be able to build if the guy is worth building with. So you need to evaluate every other thing and see, but don't just build blindly, because some people are unfortunate.
Sorry.
No matter how much you be with them, they will still show their true color. So as I would say, don't ever build blindly. Definitely look. Don't be a fool. Because we women, we tend to be like really play the fool and act the fool a lot of time. And at the end of the day, they will treat us like the fool that we acted like, that we showed them that we were. And then we will now complain that, but at the end of the day, you showed me that you were a fool. So why should I treat you any better? So I think don't build blindly. Build with sense. As you're building, build with sense as well. Keep evaluating the situation and keep studying the person that you're building with, making sure that he's not just using you.
My conclusion on this topic is, hey, it's okay, do you understand, to build with a guy. Definitely, I've never ever been against it, and I feel like if it's a guy who's appreciative and who's not a wicked guy, once he does have everything, like, you will really enjoy him, like, he will really put you on the throne, like, oh my god, this girl was really there for me.
For me when I had nothing.
When I had nothing. However, there's a very few of them, very small.
They always have selective amnesia.
So if you're lucky enough to find someone like that, who you just know is a genuinely good person and will really reward you, for your efforts, and really appreciate the fact that you've stood by him when it wasn't shit, basically, then for me, I would definitely build with someone like that. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just, you kind of want to go through the struggle, and when it's time to enjoy it, you're like, yes, I remember when, you can even sit there and say stories or whatever. So I do believe in building with the right guy, I should say, the right guy. However, how to determine the right guy is very difficult. So like David said earlier, I think it's on an individual basis, because you will know who you're dealing with. Do you understand? But for the general, I just feel like you just do what is best for you. Follow your heart. Do you understand?
Don't be blinded by love.
Don't be blinded by
your eyes.
Yes, literally. You have to know everything. Be smart and know everything that's going on at every stage. Question your man if you have to. They hate it, but if you need to question him a million times, question him as much time as you need to, just so you know you are clear on what is going on and what the plan, is, But for me personally, I think I'm literally over the stage now of building with a guy. He has to come ready-made because I have to be honest with myself, I don't even have the patience anymore, do you understand, for nonsense, So at my age, if I've done this and that, to put certain things to places to ensure that I don't go broke or I always have something to eat, then what was you doing with your life, do you understand? Carrying woman, perhaps, I don't know. I can't just keep thinking every man is the same, but for the most part they are. But yeah, so I've gone past the stage anyway of building with a guy, do you understand? There's building, for me now, I can only do building from halfway, if that makes sense. I can't do from bottom anymore. I've gone past that stage, you understand? So that's just my conclusion on it.
I just feel like you need to be observant of the person's character when they have little. If they will give you as much as they can when they have little, when they have a lot, I don't see how they would pivot from that. Do you understand? But if uncle is still trying to make you pay for things while he's still building, then please believe you're going to keep paying for things. He's not going to wake up one day and say, actually, do you know what, babe, I've got it now, so don't pay for stuff no more. No, he's going to become accustomed to you always funding things, if that makes any sense.
At that point, just throw away your dick. Do you understand? Exchange it for a vagina. Like, stop.
So I just think it, like they've both said, it's an individual journey, I would say. I do feel though, ladies, if you're a certain age, you might have to borrow Nikki's game plan. You might need to start halfway up.
Seriously.
Because obviously biological clock is ticking, all sorts of things are just spinning. You don't have the luxury of time sometimes. So therefore, I do feel like at a certain age, maybe you should get a ladder and start halfway up. However, you don't know who God has for you, and like Darren says, he might be in his 40s, boom, he's about to hit. Do you understand? So it's an individual journey, but I would say be observant of the individual. How they are with little is how they will be with much. Do you understand? And if it happens that he makes it and he goes away, charge it to the game, I don't know what it is. I really feel bad for people who that happens to. Do you understand? Like, I think it's really hurtful.
It's very, and that's why a lot of women don't want to do it no more.
Do you understand?
Because especially me, I'm scared, bruv. Because at that point, I'm going to prison. Do you understand? So what's the point? So let me just not even, let me just start halfway, I beg.
But men also try not to do that. Do you understand? Remember women who were there with you when you were grinding, when you were hustling. Do you understand? Remember the women that were with you when you had little. Do you understand? And cherish them when you now make it. That's just my personal opinion. Thank you guys. We really appreciate you sticking with us.
Thank you for the support so far. Honestly, we really, really appreciate the support. I can't say that enough. We appreciate the support. Thank you. Keep supporting, keep watching, keep commenting, keep liking. Thank you so much, Darren, aka Taste Haven, the baddest, caterer to ever do the game. She came in the game and flipped it.
God,
So yes, thank you, Darren.
Thank you, guys.
We love you.